Hello everybody, this is QueenStatic here and welcome back to another Opera Singer Reacts. I don't know why I'm doing that. Today we're going to have a little conversation about The Little Mermaid Live. I finally got a chance to watch it because it's on Disney Plus now, and who doesn't have Disney Plus, honestly. It aired the day before my birthday, so I'm like a month and 3 days late reviewing this. But we need to talk about this because this is not okay. Like, I know that this is considered like a concert musical type thing, but this is not okay. It was advertised as live, and I've listened to music from the live soundtrack, and it's great. Like the Broadway soundtrack, it's great because it's so underrated. There's so much good music. Alan Menken is great. You know, he's written songs for Beauty and the Beast, for Little Mermaid, you know. It's just, he's kind of a superstar in his own right in the Disney world. But Little Mermaid musical is different from the Little Mermaid movie. Not a lot. The storyline's the same, but there's a lot more music in it. And when you tout that this is the Little Mermaid live, I expect to see elements that are live. Now, you guys might be saying, but the Little Mermaid live had live elements. It did. You're right. It did have live elements in it. But it also had the movie verbatim played on a screen. Now, if you're going to invest the time and the money in costumes, staging, choreography, voice lessons for the actors, and more, why aren't you going to do a full live show? That's my question. Us as opera singers, we work hard. We bust our ass. Even musical theater people, they bust their asses to get where they're at. To be able to sing, to be able to dance, to do what they have to do on stage to be performers, and to basically put singers that, you know, maybe have, I know, like, there's been a few of them that have been in musical shows, but to put some people that have never been, you know, live in a show, or, you know, in something like this concert movie thing that they put on, this hybrid, if you've never been in that, or if you don't expect that, it can be a little hard. Now, as you guys know, I try not to, like, down the singers, and they were all great in their own rates. You know, they all have great voices. I love their timbres, things like that. But we need to talk about, I can never say her name, the girl who played Moana. She played Ariel in this movie. I'm going to call it a movie. And you know, Jodie Benson is good in her own right, and so is the woman who did The Little Mermaid on Broadway. Don't remember her name off the top of my head. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. I think I can. I'm gonna move this over. Like, I just filmed like 2 videos, and I have no idea why I was like that, but whatever. Okay. I'm pulling up my Amazon Music so I can look up the thing. Now, these live musicals are notorious for getting famous people that can't perform or can't sing or something like that. And I can't say that they can't sing because, you know, we all work hard to sing, so it's not anything to do with that. But, sorry, my eye itches. But one of the things that really bothers me is that I feel like they set all of these people up for failure. We don't want Broadway Frozen. I feel like I know her name, is just not on the top of my my head. Sarah Boggess. I can't say her name. Boggess. She played Ariel on the Broadway version of The Little Mermaid. Now, it can be hard to put on a show like The Little Mermaid, you know, because you have to get the costumes. And these costumes are, you know, you have to get mermaid costumes. You have to get a flounder costume. I mean, the flounder puppet, yeah, you could do it that way too. Have the actor do a flounder puppet and go around the stage. That was a good thought. The execution wasn't the greatest, but the thought was good. Get a crab costume for Sebastian instead of having him wear a jumpsuit and then expect him to wear claws out on stage. Listen, Listen. Okay. But, anyway, I want to talk about the singing more than anything else, because as an opera singer, you have to learn how to sing different genres. You know, that's part of learning to sing. That's part of being, you know, it's part of broadening your horizons, I guess you could say. And I actually have a song from the Little Mermaid musical in my repertoire. Oh my god, what is wrong with my brain today? It is called Beyond My Wildest Dreams, and it happens before If Only, which I know a lot of people know. Beyond My Wildest Dreams is kind of when she's touring the city and she's taking in all the sights of the kingdom, because, you know, she's new to the kingdom, she's new to this human world, she doesn't know about the human world, and you hear hints of this in the movie, and it would have been really cool to see this panned out, which is why I was so excited. I was like, oh, the Little Mermaid live, I get to see, you know, I get to see the musical for essentially free. And I was disappointed. And everybody was like, oh, there's one song from the musical in there. There was actually two. Her Voice and If Only were the two musical songs. However, If Only is a quartet in the musical and not a duo. I don't think there's a duo version. There might be, but no, If Only is a quartet. And it even says it on there because it is, I believe it's Sebastian, King Triton, Prince Eric, and Ariel. But whatever, Disney does what they want to do. Or ABC, or whoever the heck put this on. I forgot what channel it aired on. NBC, something like that. But what they did not do justice either was, I feel like they didn't prepare the actors enough. You know, they had the young woman who played Moana, they had her sing the reprise, and she was flat towards the end. And a lot of people said that this was pitch adjusted. I don't know if it was pitch adjusted because I didn't hear the actual live version of it. I heard the version that's on Disney Plus, but she definitely did go flat towards the end. And you can't hate on any of these artists for, you know, messing up their songs, because they were probably told, oh, hey, you guys are going to be part of this. These are the songs that you're going to sing. You're going to meet with your vocal coaches this day, this day, this day, and this day, but only for this amount of time, and we only have this amount of time to get ready. You can't do that. They don't even do that at the Met, okay? I mean, when you prepare for a show, you prepare for several weeks, if not months, maybe a year. You know, you prepare for a while for a show, usually. And you know that you have the part long before you have the part. Long before it's announced that you have the part, usually. And I feel like that's what was the most aggravating to me, is that they did not do these people justice. The young man who played Prince Eric, Graham, I believe his name is, he did a pretty good job, you know. But he wasn't my favorite. And a lot of people said Queen Latifah was their favorite. Yeah, she did a good job as Ursula, but stage presence-wise, John Stamos as Chef Louis was my favorite. You know, that's how you work a crowd, and how you know when something is going to go wrong in the show, as it did. How you bring that show's energy back up. And I know what you guys are saying, but he, like, worked the crowd. He was being cocky. Listen, in my voice lessons all the time, we talk about how there's a time and a place to be a diva. And when you're singing, you be that diva, girl. You do it. And that's what John Stamos was doing. And basically, when you're on stage, you have to think that you're the center of attention, because you are. People are watching you. If you have a solo, people are watching you. You know, it's not just about, you know, being prissy and like, oh, all the time. It's about a time and a place to be stuck up, I guess you could say. Not really stuck up, but like a diva, essentially. You know when you're a good singer, and you have to let that show on stage. But the one thing I do have to admit is that if any of the actors messed up their parts, you couldn't tell, which is awesome. That's a sign of professionalism. And as for the tweet that came out afterwards that said that, oh, this was the best show ever, and I don't understand why people are criticizing it. People are criticizing it because we expected it to be a full live performance. We were never told that this was going to be a reshowing, a 30th anniversary reshowing of the movie with live elements included, instead of it just being a full, oh, let's play the movie here, or instead of, let's have a movie with special commentary by the original cast, things like that. It was, no, we're going to do this 30th anniversary thing, and we're not going to tell people what it's about, we're just going to tout it as The Little Mermaid live. That shit's not live. And when it got to the West Coast, it wasn't live. It was pre-recorded by the time it got to the West Coast. Like, wouldn't you think that the time that the West Coast had would be, like, the hours difference that it takes from us here on the East Coast? There's different time zones in the United States of America. I don't know, maybe this is boggling my mind. Maybe I'm just being overcritical. But if something is live, shouldn't it be live? Shouldn't it not be a reshowing of the movie with live elements? I don't know. Maybe it's just me going crazy. If they had a Frozen live and they played the movie and took out the songs from the musical, I'd be pretty darn mad because some of the musical songs are bomb, okay? I love it. And in fact, I'm covering one of the musical songs here on this channel, which is why I have all my Frozen stuff on today. But I enjoy The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is as old as me, okay? If you think about it, The Little Mermaid live aired the day before my birthday. My birthday was the 6th of November. So, Little Mermaid is as old as me. And I feel like if that was like my 30th birthday celebration, I'd be like, listen, I want a live show. I want a full live show. I want all the costumes, all the staging. I want it all. Because it would have been really, really good if they had just done it as a live show instead of a hybrid, as they called it. And I think that that's why people are getting so upset and so frustrated and so angry over this. It wasn't terrible. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't like the worst thing that I've ever seen, but still, you have to think of it this way. There's people out there like me that we went to college for performing arts. We've studied performing arts. And for us to look at it as, oh, it's a live show. This is cool. Let's sit down, watch it. Let's analyze it. Let's, do this and do that. And then we get what we got. I can go get my Little Mermaid DVD back from my sister who's borrowing it from my niece. I can watch it and still be just as happy as I was watching the, probably even more happy than I was watching the music, the live version. And the simple fact that we included 2 songs from the musical, that is not live, okay? I mean, again, there's live elements in it, so those parts were live. But the actual movie being played, I don't know, that really frustrated me and got me angry and upset. And when people were posting that on Facebook, I was getting upset with them. Because I have a lot of other, I have a lot of people I went to college with on my Facebook. And just seeing these people expressing their concerns, expressing the fact that they were frustrated over this, that they didn't feel like, this was genuine. And it did. It felt like it was like really lazy and rushed and put together. They worked the staging. The stage was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I can't complain about that for a second. The costumes were great. Ariel's costume was a little iffy. I think that her tail went out, and then there's a piece like up the center, and that piece to the center went a little bit too long, I think. But it's just like nitpicky stuff, But as somebody who's a performer, that was a kick in the non-existent you-know-whats. It really was. People can say it wasn't all they want, but it was. that was sad. And the simple fact that, well, technically, you could say that there was technically 3-ish songs, because in the Little Mermaid musical, Chef Louis says, "In my big silver pot." But in the musical, he says, "In my big copper pot." And he said, "In my big copper pot" in the live version. But there is a musical. There's a Disney Little Mermaid musical out there. Why couldn't we have just done the musical? Or just played the movie for a 30th anniversary with commentary from people like Jodie Benson, you know, talking about her experience filming the original Little Mermaid. Instead, we had to do this live version that wasn't live. That wasn't what you expected as a live performance. And that's why I'm mad. I'm salty because of that. I'm salty because I've spent money to go to school to learn how to perform, and then they do something like this, which is a concert musical. How is that a concert musical? There was no live band that I saw. It was pre-recorded music, like backing tracks. It was the movie. I don't understand. Somebody please help me understand this. What was the logic behind this? Because it doesn't make sense. Anyway, I think that I'm going to end that here. This probably makes no sense in editing. I'll probably decide that, like, oh, I'm even going to upload this. But I did. I watched it. It was good. You know, it was... The live performances were good. I just wish that it had been actually live and not the hybrid that it was. I feel like that was a little bit deceiving. So, you know. Anyway, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe while you still can, and hit the notification bell. Wow, why am I forgetting it? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my uploads while you still can, till January something, 1st or something. And remember to share a smile today, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!